Imagine a company promising to reinvent healthcare with a drop of blood, captivating the world with visions of a revolutionary future. Sounds like science fiction? Well, it was the reality of Theranos, a saga as dazzling as it was deceptive. Today, we're peeling back the layers of one of the most notorious scandals of our time. Theranos was founded in 2003 by the enigmatic Elizabeth Holmes, a woman who captivated investors, media, and the public with a promise to transform blood testing using just a few drops of blood. In a world where invasive, time-consuming diagnostic tests are the norm, Theranos' claim was nothing short of miraculous. They painted a picture of a future where a single, minimally invasive finger prick could yield a full spectrum of health insights, accessible to everyone at a fraction of the cost of traditional methods. By 2014, the company's valuation had soared to a staggering $9 billion, with Holmes often hailed as the next Steve Jobs, a visionary ready to disrupt the healthcare industry. But behind this dazzling facade lay a story of secrets, deception, and ultimately, a catastrophic fall from grace. The reality, as it turned out, was far from the promised revolution. Instead of pioneering a new era in diagnostics, Theranos was using a patchwork of conventional machines, often manipulated to work with their proprietary tests, to cover up the glaring shortcomings of their own technology. The groundbreaking device that was supposed to redefine blood testing simply didn't work as advertised. Inside the sleek offices and high-profile board meetings, there was an undercurrent of pressure and misinformation. Employees were kept in the dark about the true capabilities of the technology, and whistleblowers would later reveal that the company's internal culture was steeped in secrecy and fear. Picture a house of cards built on promises and half-truths, one faulty innovation, and the entire structure was destined to collapse. The numbers tell a story that is as compelling as the narrative of deceit. Theranos was valued at nearly $9 billion, a figure that defied conventional logic in the healthcare industry. This astronomical valuation wasn't driven by robust revenue streams or market-ready products. Rather, it was a product of strategic hype and an unwavering belief in disruptive innovation. Investors were dazzled by the prospect of tapping into a trillion-dollar healthcare market, and venture capitalists from across the spectrum, ranging from seasoned financiers to prominent figures like the Walton family, invested hundreds of millions of dollars into a company that, in many ways, was still more promise than proven product. As the company expanded its reach, partnerships with giants like Walgreens seemed to validate its claims. However, beneath these high-profile collaborations lay a critical flaw. The economic strategy was too dependent on investor confidence and market hype, rather than on concrete deliverables. While Theranos could command billions in valuation on paper, its underlying asset, a revolutionary testing technology, grossly underdeveloped. When the inevitable questions about its scientific validity began to surface, the financial fortress built on speculative optimism started to crumble. A pivotal moment in the unraveling of Theranos came when investigative journalist John Carreyrou of the Wall Street Journal began scrutinizing the company's practices. His probing articles revealed that the technology was plagued with inaccuracies and inconsistencies. Tests that were advertised as revolutionary were, in reality, being conducted on traditional, FDA-approved machines, with results that could be wildly off the mark. As the narrative shifted from one of potential to peril, investor sentiment turned sour. The company, once a darling of the startup world, was suddenly a case study in overvaluation and mismanagement. Consider this: in an industry where accuracy can mean the difference between life and death, the margin for error is virtually non-existent. Yet, Theranos operated in a gray area, where cutting corners and obfuscation became routine. The company's financial maneuvers, such as funneling vast sums into maintaining its public image, served as a temporary salve for a deeply flawed model. The economic ramifications were stark. When the discrepancies were laid bare, investor confidence evaporated overnight, leading to a precipitous drop in valuation and monumental losses for those who had once championed its cause. The economic impact of Theranos' downfall is a stark reminder of the perils of an overhyped market. At its zenith, the company's projected revenues and potential market share were used to justify an astronomical valuation. However, when the truth emerged, that valuation collapsed almost as dramatically as it had risen, leaving investors grappling with losses measured in billions. The Theranos scandal is not just a story about a failed startup, It's a comprehensive case study on how market psychology, fueled by unchecked ambition and inadequate due diligence, can lead to a financial disaster. At its core, the Theranos debacle underscores a crucial lesson for investors. Innovation must be underpinned by rigorous science and robust financial management. The company's unsustainable culture of secrecy and overpromising allowed it to bypass the necessary checks and balances, turning a promising vision into a cautionary tale of misallocation and economic hubris. In the world of high finance and breakthrough technology, numbers matter as much as narrative, and Theranos tragically proved that a compelling story, when divorced from economic reality, can only take you so far. Thank you for watching this video. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more interesting stories.